Hey everyone, this is Deanne Castro, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Bakersfield, California. And I just want to thank all of you who have been watching my videos. I hope you've enjoyed them. Trying to come up with new ideas for you all the time. And I just appreciate all of you who have watched, especially all of those who have clicked on the subscribe button. And then you can even click on the bell so you get notifications every time my videos come out, which is so far has been pretty much about once a week. Uh, so I have a new idea for you. This is with some gnomes. Creative Memories had a Black Friday special, and this was one of the bundles that you could have gotten with a purchase. And several of you I know got these gnomes, and I just want to show you kind of a little different way to use a border punch. So let's switch over. And I still haven't quite figured out this whole camera thing with my new phone. So it's a little narrow. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to do the landscape on it. But I want to show you how to make this border. Isn't this cute? This is the Gnome Border Punch. This is also the Poinsettia Edge Border Maker cartridge. And these are the little gnomes that came with the bundle. So this is the paper that I'm using called Welcome Gnome designer paper pack. And I'm going to be using this sheet, which is beautiful and just such adorable little gnomes and mushrooms and flowers. I just think it's so cute. And then I'm going to use these two plaids to go behind it. These were all in this designer paper pack. And then this little gnome here, it comes in like, it's 3 different pieces. So it's got the body and it's got the nose and the beard and the hat. And it's little pieces. Sorry, my dog is carrying on here about something. So here's the just different the beards and the body, and then the hats on the bottom. Oh shoot, let me take it out here so you can see this better. Gotta have this out. Okay, so we've got the beards, we've got the bodies, and we've got the different hats, lots of different hats in here. And then there's also some stickers of all these different mushrooms and hearts and stars. They are so cute. There also came with stickers and a bag and the Gnomes Decorative Border Punch. Isn't this cute? I just love it. I think it's so fun. So what I did was I punched the gnome border first. Then I'm going to show you, I folded it over, and then I used this border maker cartridge, the Poinsettia Edge border maker cartridge, to make the top part here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Switch this out. And put that in there and have that ready. And then the no border punch. So put all these out of the way here. And okay, so this particular paper is directional. And when I fold it over, even though you're not going to really see these gnomes because I've cut into them, I want this part to be upright. So I'm going to punch from the top. I'm going to put the paper in and line it up with this black line right here. And then push the back all the way back against the edge. So I'm sure you guys have seen this multiple times, but just wanted to remind you how to use it. So I put the paper in, lined it up with the black line, Is that right there? There we go. And then push the paper all the way against the back. So I'm going to do the first punch, slide it over, and then I'm going to line it up with the gnomes on this side over here. So as you can see, there's all that blue to match up this part of the punch that I've already punched. Make sure all of the blue is covered. And then this is still pushed up against the back. And punch. And then just continue all the way across that way. Okay, one more time. Okay, and then you've got it punched. Aren't those cute? I think they're so adorable. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. Now I'm actually going to fold this over. So what I want to do is I want to take my trimmer and I'm going to pull out the scoring blade here off the back. And then I'm going to take out the straight blade and put in the scoring blade. Now I want to score this to where it is about 1/8 of an inch up. And to do that, the lines right here on this is the cutting blade, or this is where it's going to want to score, is on these left dotted lines. And over here on the right-hand side, this is 1/8 of an inch over. So I'm going to take this bottom part of the gnome and I'm going to line it up on the right dotted lines. And that will give me the 1/8 of an inch scoring mark that I want. Sorry guys, my voice is again not working very well tonight. Okay, so I've scored it. I'm going to go ahead and put the straight blade back in, because now I'm going to cut this at right about, I'd say 4 inches. So the top of, let's see, because I want that about 3 1/4 inches. So let's do this about 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm lining up the top of these hats at about the 4 1/4 inch mark. And then I'm going to trim it. Okay. So let's see. What's that going to give me? I'm going to fold this over on the scoring mark. Okay, and that may not have been enough. I think that's up a little high. So I'm going to put this back in here. And I'm going to trim this 2 inches. Once I've got it folded, sometimes it's easier to see where I want to cut it. I'm going to put it about the 2 1/4 inch mark. I'll take just a little bit more off. Okay, and now we're going to use the Poinsettia Edge. So we're going to open this up. And by doing that, it's going to allow these magnets to hold the paper down. So I'll pull the tray out. slide the paper in. And I'm going to push this all the way up against the edge of this ledge. Okay, now these pieces are being held down by the magnet that's on here. Fold the tray back underneath, and I'm going to put the paper in here. And I'm going to line these little knobs up and also line this up with this mark here. So the knobs will go in down here. And then this little mark here will line up with this little line here. Okay. So now I'm going to gently punch it, pull it out, go down, pull it out, because I don't want this piece to get jammed up in there. Okay, now we're actually going to use this piece. I typically do not use these little pieces that are cut on here, but I found that it looked really pretty when I wove the paper in and amongst this part of the poinsettia. So I'm going to turn it over so that this color will show. And I'm just going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to put it in that top little, I can't see it because the camera's in the way. Okay. So I'm going to put it in that top little section of that poinsettia. Okay, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to put it down in this section. And I'm just going to continue to weave it all the way down. Okay, so I'm going to pull it down to where I can see what I'm doing. Gently pull the paper up through there. Continue weaving it. Then it starts to get a little stubborn here, so you have to gently pull a little harder to get the paper to keep coming through. Okay, now I'm going to pull it to where the bottom just matches the end right there. And then I'll finish it off. Okay, now see how that just accents it a little bit? I just think that's so pretty. Okay. So I'm going to fold this over. Now, if you want, you can just leave it just like this. But I'm going to add some more color to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch another one of these poinsettia edges with this kind of goldish yellowish color. So again, I'm going to push the paper all of them in. And punch this one all the way down. Now, I'm not going to use that piece, so that's okay, but it came off. Okay, now I'm going to use this as a background to just kind of highlight behind the red piece, just to give it some more color. And then I'm going to trim it about 1/8 of an inch, a little bit lower. Okay. The other thing you can do is if you cut it to where it will fit like right in here, you can also line it up this way. And put the color on the inside instead. See how that looks? So it looks pretty either way. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adhere the gnomes down onto the red. And I'm using the repositionable tape thinner because you can get the little tiny pieces of the double-sided adhesive without having any of the regular adhesives show through. So I'm going to fold this up. Hopefully it's fairly straight. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this. Let's see, probably about push that up higher. That's going to be 1, 2 1/4. Probably 2 3/8 inches. So I'm going to put this up here and kind of guess where the tops of these are. Is in between the 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. And try to get it as straight as I can. Okay. And you can make this as long as you want. And that's a little more than what I wanted, but yeah, I think I'm going to take another 1/8 of an inch off of there. It's a little bit bigger than what I wanted. So you just kind of have to play with it depending on how wide you originally cut these pieces. Because I don't want the bottom part to be too much. You can make it 1/4 of an inch on the bottom if you'd like, but I really liked it to be about the 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this down to the yellow piece. And I'm also going to tape just the very edge of these. Cut a little piece off so it doesn't show as much. So I just trimmed that off just a little bit right there. Come on, focus. It's trying. There we go. Okay, so I just want that to be adhered down at the very end. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Put a little bit of the repositionable tape on the end. And then trim it to where that part isn't shown. And adhere that down. Okay, right there. Now I'm going to put this on this other border piece. And just put it to where there's just about 1/8 of an inch showing on the bottom. Okay, isn't that cute? Doesn't that look pretty with different colors? Now I'm going to do one more paper. which is this blue gingham, because I think it's going to really pull the blue pieces out of here and just help accent those. So I'm going to trim this one. I'm going to put it on the trimmer here and figure this out. Let's see, 3 inches too much, 2 3/4, 2.5. That'll work. I think about 2.5 inches for this blue gingham. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere this down to that piece. And there we go. So we have the whole basic part of this border done. Now you guys can add the little gnomes if you want. I've got the little pieces over here of a gnome. So you can see this better. Here's the body. And then here's the hat. And here's his beard. So I'm going to go ahead and put this little guy together. A little bit of adhesive here on this beard. Stick him on the body. And then put a little bit of adhesive on the end of the hat. Right above that little nose. Isn't he cute? I think he's just so cute. I love these gnomes. Then put some adhesive on him. And then I'm going to stick him down onto this border. We're going to put him right in the middle. Just for a little extra accent for the gnome. There we go. It's all done. I think it's so cute. Okay, so another thing you guys can do, you can use different papers. This one I use some much darker colors. So when I punch the gnomes out of that other paper, I actually have some white shimmer behind it. I punched the gnome part again and then put it behind here. So it gave a white accent so that they showed up a little better. Okay, this one, I used the Poinsettia Edge on the bottom and on the top. But then I used the new tree line border maker cartridge. And I punched out a piece, and this is with the Mars Shimmer. So I punched it with the Mars Shimmer. And this paper is the gingham out of the Christmas open house pack. And then I punched the songbirds. Where is the songbirds? Oh, they're cardinals. The cardinals decorative border punch. So I punched them out in gold. And then to try to make them look more like a cardinal, I used a black pen and put the little eyes on there, and then kind of gave him a little black around his beak, and then a little bit down his chest, so that they look more like cardinals, and they stood out a little better. And then this is an embellishment out of the Christmas embellishment pack, and I cut it in half. So there's half on one side and half on the other side. And then this embellishment is a star. So that's what this one looks like. So you guys can use any punch that you'd like and then fold it at whatever level you want it to be, depending on what you want to put inside. So if you don't have anything inside there, then the gnomes, like these gnomes, can be hold it up quite a bit higher. But since I had the trees and the cardinals in this as a background, then this was folded quite a bit lower. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to the Christmas season just starting. And then I just pray that you guys' families will be blessed during this season. Okay, so if you like this, remember to subscribe. Um, and if you do not have an advisor and you would like to purchase some supplies, feel free to go onto my website and let's see. I don't think there's any specials at the time that today is coming out. But check back because I think Creative Memories will be having a end of the year sale where they pull out a lot of supplies and just randomly put things on sale for the end of the year. So stay tuned. I may have some more information on that for you. And I'll also have that information on my Facebook group, Let's Scrapbook with Deanne. So if you want to catch that information maybe before one of my videos come out, go ahead and request to join my Facebook page. Granted, it is a work in progress, so I don't have a whole lot of information on there, but I'm trying to keep you guys up to date on any new products that are coming out and any other ideas that I may not do a video on. And we can just share what we've made on that page as well. So hopefully it just becomes a really fun group and a lot of great communication and sharing of ideas that go through there. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you next time.